Hello, my lovelies, and welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. My name is Brinton, and last time you were introduced to the cute little Lalafell, Scout Alder, as he began his new journey as a brand new stinking adventurer in the city of Ul'dah. This time, like I promised, we are going to start our Thaumaturge training as I was saving it for this time. After you initially talk to Yayake here, you will get another feature quest in which you will be able to continue on to unlock the class that you choose at the very beginning of the game. So we're just going to go ahead and talk to her. Well, adventurer, will you join our guild? Or do you presume to ignore the earnings of impatient destiny? Way of the Thaumaturge. We'll get 100 experience, and it looks like we're going to get some raisins and a square maple shield. I forgot that Thaumaturges get to use shields before they become black mages. I'm not super sure I'll actually use this. I'm actually pretty sure I'm not going to use this at all, but I'm gonna get it anyway. Yayake wishes you to reaffirm your desire to join the Thaumaturge's guild, and we're going to... Wait, why is this over here? I thought it was usually in the middle. Oh, that was probably a UI change I made. Well, let's go ahead and accept. A wise decision indeed. To prepare for your initiation, I would have you study the volumes of Fundamental Thaumaturgical Principle, all 108 of them. Oh my gosh, no thank you. Or at least I would if such requirements had not been abolished. Too great a deterrent to fresh novices, they said. I suppose you'll just have to settle for calling upon the collective wisdom of our guild masters. We have 5, you see, all brothers of the same house. Though they all wield supreme authority, it is the eldest who provides a singular voice for the guild when one is required. Master Kokobigo, I believe. Okay, really quick. It doesn't look like... I think that's just where it pops up, so I'm actually not going to worry about that because I was just going to quickly fix that on screen. But anyway, we're going to go speak with Kokobigo, who is right over here. Why are you Lalas being, like, super creepy right now? They're being the creepiest. I don't like it. Let's talk to him. Who? What? Oh. Thal's teeth, man. Did your mother ever tell you not to startle a Thaumaturge? Look at all that expectant face, Kokobigo. Man, that is not a name I want to keep saying over and over again. This gentleman is obviously a new applicant for the guild-seeking audience with our eldest brother. Oh, prelate Yayake. She can recite the 307 verses of the funerary rites of the virtuous fallen from memory, but a simple task of keeping our names straight seems ever beyond our grasp. Bwahaha! Well, I for one find a constant confusion endlessly entertaining. My apologies, good sir. My merriment was not meant to mock your mistake. It is our sibling Kokobuki with whom you should speak. What's this? What's this? Great Thal has led us to a new aspirant? Ah, Kokobuki, were you here the entire time? Man, I cannot read. Greetings, child. I am Kokobuki, the eldest, and I would venture to say the wisest, of the 5 masters of the Thaumaturge's Guild. It is my solemn duty to furnish our would-be initiates with with a succinct understanding of our beloved art. Thus, I would have your fullest attention. To wield Thaumaturgy, it is to unleash devastation of the highest magnitude. The lethal force of our spells far exceeds the destructive capability of any other form of arcane manipulation. Fire, lightning, blizzards, elements. The Thaumaturge calls upon an expansive arsenal of offensive incantations to incapacitate and obliterate all manner of adversaries. Open your mind to our sorceress teachings, and you too shall soon hold the unparalleled power of our discipline in the palm of your hand. Of course, such power has a price. You must be willing to plunge headfirst into the forbidding chasm of Thaumaturge's secrets, for advancement in this art comes only with the completion of a deadly and terrible trials. I ask you now, aspirant, are you prepared to leap into the abyss of the pursuit of power and unrivaled? Yes, I am. A confident response. Your name, if you will. Very well, Scout. Let us mark our initiation with a trial to test the limits of your aptitude for channeling thaumaturgy. Huge hornets, star marmots, and snapping shrews inhabit this land in abundance. Exercise your sorceress might and slay 3 of each of these creatures before turning to my side. And thus begins the story of a thaumaturge. I believe I mentioned this when we first were in here in the last episode, but your class also has a very specific story alongside the main scenario quests, which is something that we are obviously going to explore as we continue on with our adventure through Eorzea. Really quick. Okay, so I want to go to Central Thanalan. Crap. Oh, and I even have the Adventurers Guild Aetheryte unlocked too. Okay, well that's super annoying. I guess I will meet you in Central Thanalan. Oh wow, this is actually really, really nice music. What? I don't think I've ever heard this music before. Anyway, it looks like we got 2 messages to open since we have now entered Central Thanalan. The first one is battle. Right-click on a target to switch to active mode and ready auto attack. Approach and face the target to start the battle. 2 rotating arrows will appear over the target you are currently attacking. You can also do this by hitting the tab button, and it will always mark the enemy that's closest to you. Pretty much on the hotbar, you have various different actions that you can use. Since I'm a range caster, pretty much I'll be attacking from a distance. This will make a little bit more sense once we enter into a dungeon much later in our adventure. But for right now, we're going to be attacking things close ranged. Additionally, each action has a magic point meter or a tactical point meter. For casters, so classes that use magic, it will be mainly magic power that will be used. TP doesn't really get consumed unless you are a physical attacker or a melee attacker. And this says here, Disciples of Magic and Disciples of War who specialize in range attacks are best suited for fights from a distance, which is something I also had mentioned. And then achievements, lastly. So like you saw pop up on the screen when I entered Central Thanalan, I got an achievement for mapping the realm, which just means that as soon as I entered Central Thanalan, I got an achievement for seeing everything on the map, which is pretty much what this means. Certain achievements will give you titles, which you can claim, actually titles which you can pick up right by pressing this button here. Unfortunately, I don't have any titles yet. And then there are also some achievement rewards, which you can get from a man named Jonathas in Old Gridania, which we will visit one day. Lastly, before we go ahead and start attacking the Star Marmots and the rest of these enemies that Kokobuki challenged us to go fight, we unlocked the Elemental Gauge. These gauges are job/class specific that were introduced in patch 4.0 when the latest expansion released last summer. Essentially, right now, what we are able to use of our elemental gauge is this. The elemental gauge displays several different pieces of information vital to black mages, which is what we are. And the first and foremost being whether or not they're under the influence of astral fire after casting a fire spell, or umbral ice after casting a blizzard spell. It will show marked right here, and it will give you and it has a countdown timer so that it gives you an idea of how long you're going to be influenced by the status. And it just gives you a nice, beautifully crafted UI piece, so it makes it a little bit easier for you to keep track of your spells and know when you need to switch over. Black mages have a very unique playstyle, and we're going to get into that right now. It looks like we got a Star Marmot over there, so let's get casting! And that's 1 of 3. Experience points. Anybody who's played an RPG should know what experience points are. Essentially, I got 75 plus 50% experience points for attacking that enemy, which gets added right here. So we'll be level 2 here soon enough. And then binding items. So this is actually kind of cool. So an item you have equipped is now bound to you and can no longer be traded or put up for sale in the markets. Most items can be sold and traded freely before they are used in battle, crafting, or gathering. This is true regardless of whether or not they have been equipped. However, performing one of these 3 actions after equipping a new piece of gear will bind them to you, preventing future trade or sale to other players. NPC shops and will still purchase bound items. So just some extra information there for you. And these little pop-ups are going to be popping up for quite a while. So if you think they're annoying now, just you wait. Let's go ahead and attack another Star Marmot because we need to get 2 more. And we are now level 2 and have learned Fire. So again, here's another one. So this is the unique playstyle to a black mage. Astral Fire and Umbral Ice are special status effects which allow Thaumaturges to continuously deal devastating amounts of damage while conserving their MP reserves, which is kind of what Kokobuki was talking about in terms of how black mages can deal a lot of damage. Casting one of the fire spells gives a Thaumaturge the effect of Astral Ice, and Blizzard does the reverse. Conversely, casting one of the Blizzard spells gives the Thaumaturges the effect of Umbral Ice, which I just talked about, and it will recover your MP, because the more fire spells you use, the higher cost of MP it becomes. Casting a Blizzard spell will regenerate that magic power much faster. And so learning when to switch between fire and ice is key to success in extended battles. So your primary attack is always going to be fire, and you're going to want to switch to Blizzard when you need to regen your magic power. Looks like we still got one more Marmot. So here you want to start with Blizzard and then switch over to fire. And while I'm still under the effects, I'm going to go ahead and cast fire again. Another huge hornet. And we still gotta find shrews. I haven't seen any since we've gotten out here. And then as you can see, I'm starting to run low on MP, so I can switch over to Blizzard, and that should hopefully... Yep, there we go. If you're watching the magic bar, you would have you would have saw that I got some MP back from casting Blizzard a couple of times. So that's just how it works. Now I gotta find Snapping Shrews. And I realize that I'm a little too zoomed into my character, so just gonna zoom out there real quick. Okay. According to the minimap, they're gonna... Oop, I do not want to get involved with that level 12 tortoise. Definitely not strong enough to fight that yet. There we go. There's our 3 of them that I can see. So we'll start with a blizzard. Go ahead and attack this dude. Oh, I thought the horde was attacking me. I was like, what the heck? Why is it attacking me? Don't want to lose that buff. One of the things that you want to do, one of the things you want to really focus on with while playing Black Mage is that wow, I cannot talk. Oh, cool, I'm level 3 now. I was not expecting that at all. But we still need to get to level 4 before we can continue on the main story quest, or the main scenario quest, which is something that I would actually really like to do in this episode. But anyway, what I was trying to say is, actually, I can't remember what I wanted to say. Crap. That's going to really, really bother me now. Fun. Anyway, I will meet you back at the Thaumaturge's Guild. Okay, you guys. Here I am, quickly got myself back over here, and all we have to do is talk to Kokobuki and complete the quest and get our reasons. You have that satisfied look of a mage who has utterly vanquished his foes. Scout, I formally welcome you into the Brotherhood of the Thaumaturges. The purpose of this trial was to gauge your capacity for wielding thaumaturgy, an innate quality the limits of which are bound by the level of etheric energy flowing through your physical being. Aether, the very stuff of life, exists within all living creatures to a greater or lesser extent. Remember this, for it is the most basic law of arcane manipulation. Now I have a tome that shall serve you as a hunting log. As the name suggests, the pages are to be filled with records of the enemies you slay. The log also contains the names of such adversaries that will challenge and improve your skills as a thaumaturge. As your experience grows, so shall your reserves of thaumaturgical endurance. The wellspring of your magical might will also swell in response to moments of extreme terror and duress. When you find yourself seeking greater challenge, when next you crave the thrill of exquisite fear, that is when you shall know the time has come for you to visit me once more. And the next quest will be open when we hit level 5. Okay, a bunch of new stuff opened up. So Armory Chest. The Armory Chest pretty much is this. It is where you can find your weapons, your headgear, body, hands, etc., etc. The only reason why it's telling us this right now is because, oh, do we have another rank? Oh, we have 2 rings. I did not know that. And then we have our shield right here. A super simple way that you can add any new gear or better gear that you found is by clicking this button, which is recommended gear. It will always tell you this is what you're currently wearing and here's what's recommended. You don't have to follow it if you don't want to. I personally will not because I do not want to use the shield. Next, using items. So here, and the only reason why they show us this, can I expand this? How do you expand this? Because I really like how I have it on my main character. Anyway, so using items, the reason why they brought this up is because we got some raisins. Right click on the raisins, hit use, and I automatically use it. Oh cool, I'm well fed. Oh. I didn't know that this gave you an additional 3% experience, so I'm glad I did that. And then lastly, the hunting log. So this is class specific. If you go down here to logs, you can access the hunting log. You can also press H and it will bring it right up. Essentially, it will give you little challenges of hunts you can go do. So a really good example is a huge hornet. We fought some huge hornets out in central Thanalan, as it will tell you. It will tell you where it is, and additionally where else you can find it in central Thanalan. So for this example, the Spineless Basin. And it's saying that if you take out 3 huge hornets, you will get 180 experience. If you complete all 10 challenges in rank 1, you will get a total of 2,500 experience. The new pages will open up to you as long as you complete all of the previous rank and get to a certain level. So in order for me to get to rank 2, I have to complete all of rank 1 and get to level 10, which we are 7 levels away from doing so. So before we can even continue on any main scenario quests or continue on with our class quests, we need to level up. We need to get to at least level 5, and that will be super simple to do thanks to the hunting log. And we got some rested experience. We have our well-fed 3% experience boost. So why am I... My gosh, I don't understand why I'm running over to the central Thanalan gate when I can just warp over using Adventurers Guild. I was like, I know for a fact that I got it because I just used it. Anyway, so we're going to go out and there it is. It's to the it's over here diagonal of me. Anyway, we're going to go on to Central Thanalan, and we're going to complete some of our hunting log, so that way we can continue on with our main scenario quest, and also be able to do more of our class quest. So we got some huge hornets here, and we're just going to get started. Okay. Huge hornet. Oop, I really don't want to fight that tortoise. I don't think he saw me. Oh, before Astral Fire burns off. Oh, I got it. Sweet. Oh, crap. So you're not going to want to move when you're casting, or else it's going to interrupt a cast. I think that was 3. Yep, it is. So when you complete your hunting log, it will show you right there, hey, you completed, your entry, and I got 180 experience for that. So I need to find out what is next. So little ladybugs, which are in Western Thanalan, Snapping Shrews. I know where those are. Let's go ahead and take out some Snapping Shrews while we're out here. I know that they're out here somewhere, because there we go. Oh, I should also mention really quick, there are 2 things I forgot to mention. The first thing is to open up your inventory, you just press I for inventory. And this little symbol, as you can see above the Snapping Shrew, just means that that is part of your hunting log, and that will give you a pretty good indication. Oh, I should attack those, and then you can check to see, how many left do I need to do. Additionally, here in the little chat box menu, it will tell you, oh, you've killed 2 out of 3, and then hunting log entry for huge hornets completed when you know that it's been completed. Just some additional help and information so that you know that you can, so that way you know if you're almost done or not. Luckily for me, I just kind of remember these things because because I'll be constantly opening my what's it called? My hunting log a lot, because that's going to be one really nice way of getting experience before we start opening leveling dungeons. Oops, I really need MP. Oh, and I just hit level 4. Sweet. And I learned a new action transpose, which just means you can swap out your swaps astral fire with a single umbral ice and vice versa, which will be a really easy way to switch between your buffs, so that way you can regen your MP faster. As you get higher leveled up, I've noticed that some people don't really use transpose, but I'm going to use it for right now. I think because it does make a little bit more sense to me. I don't know. That's just me. I'm weird. But anyway, let us go ahead. Now that we're level 4, we can continue on into the main scenario quest. And I just know off the top of my head that you have to go speak to Momodi, but if you remember, if you click here, it will show you where the next scenario quest is by opening up your map. I am also randomly getting a phone call, which seems to happen a lot when I record this series, so whoever's calling me, unfortunately, is just going to have to wait. But I mean, it's usually just telemarketers. I don't know. So we must rebuild. Momodi of the Quicksand wants to introduce you to a certain someone at the Ul'dah dispatch yard. Well, youngling, how are you finding our fine Ul'dah then? Got your bearings about you yet? If so, mayhap it's time you ventured beyond the city walls. The bustling streets of Ul'dah are one thing, but the wilds of Thanalan, that's another altogether. We've kind of already done that, so I agree with ya. I know a bloke you might fancy speaking to, and he you. Name of Papa-san. You'll find him over at the Ul'dah dispatch yard. No doubt he'll have some work for you. The dispatch yard's over in central Thanalan. Just head out the door across the hall and you'll see the gate of Nald staring right back at you. Pass through it and head east. You'll come upon it before long. There's dangers beyond the wall, though. More than I'd care to count. Nothing too terrible, mind you, but feisty enough to attack if you draw near. Don't say nobody cared enough to warn you. Backtracking, because we were just in Central Thanalan. Of course this would happen. Good old Final Fantasy. I can't tell you how many times, especially in the content, in the most current of content that I've been playing in the past couple of months, I've been somewhere and I was like, okay, let's go ahead and continue on with the quest. And they're like, oh, by the way, you need to go here, which was where you just were. Ha 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 ha. Big old middle finger to the face. And it's like, for the love of God, seriously, Final Fantasy, this is how you're going to play me? It's so frustrating and annoying, but it's just how the game plays. It's it's all coincidental, and it's nothing that it tries to do on purpose. But I went ahead and, as you can see, sprinted over here. There are so many Lalafels in Ul'dah. I really chose a really good starting city. But let's go ahead and talk to Papa-san. Well, you certainly looked a part of an adventurer, my friend. Might you be the good soul Momodi advised me to expect, I am Papa-san, station master of this humble dispatch yard. An empty title, I assure you. I truly am no more than a tired old Lalafell passing his final years in quiet and solitude. 12 know there have been plenty of both these last 5 years since the calamity struck. The devastation was vast. Yet now true Udons work together, doing all in our power to rebuild what was laid to ruin. By the sweat of our brows and the love of our home, we have rebuilt Ul'dah to the grandeur and majesty that you see today.
The railways which run through the dispatch yard, too, were born of the noble efforts of a great many souls. But there is still much work to be done. The wounds left by the calamity run deep. Isolated areas beyond our lines of supply remain, and there are places yet wanting for relief and restoration. Ul'dah needs the aid of you and your brethren, friend. In fact, never has our need been more dire. Which brings me to the point, I suppose. I do believe I may have some work suited to one of your ability. And complete the quest. Done and done. And it looks like we are now over halfway to level 5. We definitely still have some time left in this video. And let's go ahead and continue on with the next quest that Papashan has for us. Nothing to see here. Station Master Papashan has a simple task for a fledgling adventurer. Since you've come all this way, perhaps you can perform an errand for me. It just so happens a number of sentries have been set to guard the area, a dispatch to the dispatch yard, as it were. They have long been away from the shade and featherbeds of the city. The hot days and cold nights can play hells on the mind and body out here. It isn't much, but go and give them these twilight pretzels, would you? I find comfort food always helps when I feel like killing myself. Don't kill yourself, folks. Okay, so it looks like we need to deliver pretzels to 3 different people. And, oh, actually, there's one closer to us over here. So we'll start over here. Where are you? It says you're right. Oh, you're up there. Okay. That makes more sense. Just gotta... Whenever that happens to you, because as you will see, because you've already seen it once, it happens to me a lot. You just gotta look around your surroundings, especially if you're like right on top of the objective, like I am right now. Halt! Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to put the pretzel on the ground and place your hands above your head. Oh, good lord. Just take the pretzel. State your name and business. A twilight pretzel from Papashan? By the gods, forgive me. You could say this new post has my nerves in a twist. I'm terribly sorry for that. Ahem. Yes. Well, you may rest assured that the dispatch yard is safe as long as I stand watch. Please give Papashan my thanks and tell him that I only wish I could repay the favor. Sweet. That is 1 out of 3, and I'm just going to jump down here. I don't think I took any fall damage, though. There's going to be somebody else back over... Yep. I think I can see them in the distance, too. Yep, there we go. Right by that snapping shrew. That level 3 one that I'm now just passing. Western front clear. Eastern front clear. Here, sir, have a pretzel. For me? From Papashan? A twilight pretzel? My favorite. How did he know? Can't fight on an empty stomach now, can I? Actually, I can't fight on any stomach. I suppose you could say I have no stomach for fighting. Then why are you an army man? Sometimes these NPCs say, they literally say the darndest things, and I'm just like, and I just stand there and I'm like, why are you in this situation then? Damn, this guy is like close to the gate. That's super annoying. La 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 la, please run faster. Oh wait, I forgot I have a sprint. I always forget that I have a sprint, and it's like the most annoying thing because I'm just dumb. 12 save me, scorching days, freezing nights. This post will be the end of me. And 1 pretzel for you. A twilight pretzel? Don't mind if I do. Ah, now that's a refreshing god's damned pretzel. I feel reborn. And that was literally the entire quest. Give 3 pretzels, get over 1100 experience, which should actually be enough. Actually, it may not be quite enough to hit level 5. So we'll go ahead and continue on with the
main scenario quests in that case. Okay, dude, it delivered your pretzels. You've returned, and with a deal for your pretzels, I see. Tell me, how fair are Sultan's sworn sentries? Did they have anything to report? Anything at all? What? Nothing? Are you sure? Oh dear. Take this for your troubles, Dad, and stay as a moment. There is more I would ask of you. And complete. Oh, that did hit me to level 5. Okay then. I definitely was not expecting that. And it looks like another player is here with me as we speak. Nice. So this brings me to another topic of discussion, I suppose, that I wanted to talk about. So as you can see, I can now accept the next class quest since I am now the applicable level. Oh, I'm almost out of rested experience. Sad. But anyway, in this case, because I got to level up after I had completed the main scenario quest, I would go ahead and run off and do my class quest. But I think what I want to do here is I'm going to go ahead and pick up the next main scenario quest, and then I'm going to go ahead and conclude the episode by doing the level 5 Thaumaturge quest. And we'll call that an episode. So let's see what else Papa Shan has for us, and then we'll head back over to the guild. Scout, I have just this moment. No, this time for concealment is past. The truth is, even before I had you ever delivered those pretzels, I was privy to some most unsettling news. Which is a real reason I sent you to meet those stalwart Sultansworn. Underneath the Sultan tree, Papa Shan is in dire need of your assistance. A young noblewoman from a very prestigious family has run away from home, and I have been ordered to see her safe return. The Sultansworn you met earlier are assisting with the search. Alas, it seems they have found no trace of her. I apologize for not being frank with you from the start, but we must proceed with caution. Should word of her disappearance spread, I fear others with less honorable motives may join the hunt. And should we allow her to come to any harm, not even 100 beheadings would be punishment enough. Good Lord. That cannot happen, Scout. It must not. I need you to help me find her. Praise to 12. I knew I could count on you. I've instructed the others to expand the search, but Thanalan is vast and there are only so many of us. The young noblewoman's name is Lady Lyria. I want you to go south and look for her in the vicinity of the Sultan tree. Good luck! So our quest is a search for Lyria near the Sultan tree. However, we are going to do that in episode 3. I'll go ahead and meet you guys back at the guild where we'll pick up the next quest from Kokobuki. Okay, you guys, back here in front of Kokobuki, ready to take on the next Thaumaturge class quest. The Tree of Intimacy. Oh, okay. Oh, sweet! We get a new weapon, and we can choose between custom-made robe of casting or the Hempton hat, which I think that is actually what I'm going to go for, since we do not have any headgear right now. Anyway, Guildmaster Kokobuki wishes to draw you further into the abyss of Thaumaturgy secrets. Your burgeoning power strains against the confines of your untried mortal shell. Another trial you must have. From this day forth, your tasks and challenges will be shaped by the teachings from within Thaumaturgy, the Yawning Abyss, a tome penned by the renowned Thaumaturge Zozomaya. My brothers who have not once tasted the bitter draught of defeat will instruct you on the vital lessons to be gleaned from the 4 extensive chapters that comprise this exemplary work. Much shall you learn, and the threats with which a practitioner of her art must be content. The first chapter, The Thread of Intimacy, falls within Coco Baigo's purview. It is only fitting that one so averse to being approached should teach you the wisdom to be uncovered therein. And so let's go ahead and speak to his brother, whom the guild receptionist thought was the guildmaster. And excuse me. Arg! Ah, yes, Scout. I've been expecting you. Allow me to read the pertinent passages from the opening chapter to Zozomaya's Guide. Ahem. The Thread of Intimacy. Ah, how magnificent the potent power we yield! Roaring flames, piercing eyes, and shocking bolts are matched not by fist or sword or spear. But the burly warrior waxes fearsome with every closing step. Fists shatter bone, blades slide through flesh, spears puncture soft bellies. Now know you this threat, and stand you apart from such men. Shiver. Ugh, the last part makes me queasy no matter how often I recite it. The lesson, however, should be obvious. Keep your distance from your foes. Apart from the agony of being hit or stabbed, or worse, you'll have a devil of a time completing an incantation with an enemy flailing his weapons at your person. Thus, the wise Thaumaturge always strikes from afar. The farther, the better. Now, let us proceed with your trial. Take this dried fish and set it down on the vicinity of the silver bazaar. Next, simply draw back to a comfortable distance and wait for a vulture to swoop in to feed. That's when you ambush the nasty creature with a barrage of deadly spells. Once you have slain the scavenger, be sure to retrieve a generous slice of vulture meat for Fafafono. He doesn't mind us conducting trials so close to his shop, so long as he's properly compensated. Yes, Scout, we pay him in sorcery-blasted bird flesh. Nice! And key items. So pretty much a key item is something that is pertinent to the quest we're doing. In this case, we have dried fish. Key items can be found here by clicking onto this icon. Sorry, that's not correct. Here we go. By clicking on... Okay, we'll go back. So Route 1, click on the little bag. There's your key item. Let's go char a bird, because that is what we're doing. In fact, where are we going exactly? Okay, so we can go... Oh, why is it telling me... Oh, because the one in central Thanalan is for underneath the Sultan tree. So we're going to want to go to Western Thanalan. So we can just walk right out the gate, which is right around the corner from the guild. So that's kind of nice. Let's just go ahead and run on over here. And I think some of the monsters that we needed to fight for a hunting log are in Western Thanalan. So welcome to Western Thanalan. Oh, you also get experience every time you enter into a new part of the map that you've never seen. And this music again, it is so nice. The 80 Sins of Sasamo. Who is Sasamo? Sweet. I'm just going to take out these ladybugs real quick. Oh crap, I didn't mean... I thought he was done casting. Take out these ladybugs. There we go. And one more. Okay, off to... Oh my gosh, and here are cactars that I also need. You know what, we'll get them on our way back. Actually, I really want to get them now. So just gonna do this real quick. Sorry, this is probably gonna happen a lot. I'm gonna like get distracted by little things like this because I really don't want to waste any opportune moment to... Crap, I didn't want to cast fire. I really need some MP. There we go. And now I'll just take him out with fire. Sweet. Okay, let's stick back to the quest. But at least I got 2 logs completed. Oh, sweet, I got 1 through 4 done. Okay, I'm not going to complain too much about that. How much further away is this? Oh, man, I got a little bit of time. Well, let me go ahead and just start running over there then. Oh, the fate system. So I'll explain this without really opening this. So occasionally, as you can see with this little blue circle here, they're kind of like little events that you can participate in the main world. Yours are on feeder. Yes, I really... Oh, crap. And you really want to attack me. Crap, daughters too. Don't die, little dude. Crap, I didn't mean to. I thought I was pressing 2. Crap. Well, I mean, I got a nice... I need to use a potion. Okay. I should be fine now. Thank God. On our way to the objective. So... Man, there are so many creatures out here for the hunting log, and I am getting so distracted, but I just want to complete this quest. Like, that's all I really want to do. Like, good lord. Destination. There we go. So this is where we need to be. So to use the key item, you right-click, and then use. And I don't know why it's teaching us how to interact, because I just showed you how to interact. You just right-click on where you need to be, and then you're good to go. Now I'm trying to find this. Oh, there it is. So whenever the destination has... So in this case, we're fighting the circling vulture, which we are almost done taking out. And done. Oh, and now I got... Okay. So I obtained... I got confused for a second. I was like, do I... Because sometimes you need to interact with the... No, I don't want to fight you guys. Running away, running away, running away, way. So sometimes you need to interact with the enemy you just killed to get the item that you're needing, but it just sometimes it will automatically give it to you like it did for me right now. So all we need to do is talk to Fafafono, and we'll be good to go. You're done making use of my testing grounds, are you? Cough up to fee there, then. There's your charred burnt meat. Hee hee, there's nothing so tender as a bit of meat pummeled with wanton wizardry. Nice doing business with you, Thaumaturge. Did you say Thaumaturge? Has this mage just completed a guild trial? Ah, Master Alchemist, what brings you out to our bazaar this fine morning? The gentleman here just slew himself a plump vulture. You'd be surprised at how many of these scepter-wielding sorcerers end up sliced to ribbons by beak and talon. And that's not the sort of flesh I've a taste for, you understand. My brothers, not again. What the hell? Lol. He's like, I don't know. Oh, and you randomly have a side quest. Cool. Oh, now we can report to the Guildmaster to complete the quest. I'm going to go ahead and skip to me going there because I doubt you want to see me run all the way back over there. Additionally, I want to complete some of my hunting log. Yep. One more Yarzon feeder, and then I have a rusty Koblins I want to take out as well, which are right here. So I will meet you guys back at the guild. Alright, you guys, made it back safe and sound to the guild. I just wanted to show you that I did go ahead and complete the Yarzon feeder quest. I guess not really a quest, but hunt, and then the Rusty Koblin hunt. I also hit level 6 in doing so, and I learned a new action called Thunder. Thunder is a spell that adds a damage over time effect to an enemy, or a dot, and Thaumaturges have one dot, which is Thunder. Based on what I saw in preparing for this Let's Play, open with Blizzard, cast your dot, and then start spamming your fire. Anyway, let's go ahead and complete this quest and get our rewards. Ah, welcome back, Scout. You seem to have done well. Both eyes intact, face appears unshredded. It truly is the most terrible feeling to have one's casting interrupted by a heinous injury. It's one of the easier trials if you ask me. Keep well away from pointy, slashy, bashy things if you want to reach the end of an arcane utterance. That's just common sense. Fortune favors the fighter who flings fire from afar. I simply love the look of a loathing leveled at me by the distant duelist stressed by my deadly downpower. Bwahahaha! We Thaumaturges excel at offense, but fail miserably at defense. Our most effective strategy is to topple our adversaries with overwhelming force before they have a chance to respond. Honor is for knights and dead mages. Scout, your studies appear to be progressing nicely. It won't be long before you dominate the battlefield as an avatar of sorcerous destruction. So it's true, Buki. Don't try to hide from me, Vigo. Are you Bonnie? Are you Bezzy? Are you Boa? Kokobuzi? What are you doing here? You promised you would teach me next. Well, yes, of course we did, Boozy, but Scout here was most insistent. And once again you brush me aside in the hope that I abandon my heart's desire. Why do you deny me? I hate you. All of you. No, don't do this to me, game. Please, Boosie, you shouldn't say such hurtful things. You know how delicate Vigo is. That was Kokobuzi, our youngest brother. He so dearly wishes to become a thaumaturge like the rest of us, but it simply isn't possible. The poor boy's etheric levels are pitifully low. We thought we had convinced him to accept fate's cruel quirks when he entered the Alchemist Guild, but he yet yearns to walk the path of thaumaturgy. Such is Kokobuzi's determination that he spends all his waking moments experimenting with alchemical concoctions, seeking a method by which he can expand his capacity for arcane manipulation. Ahem, well, this is obviously not your concern. Back to the abyss with you, young thaumaturge, and I mean that in the most encouraging manner possible. Alright, gonna go ahead and select the hat and complete the quest. And then Kokobuki will have our next quest available to us once we hit level 10, which may not be too far in the future. Sweet. Equipped. Sweet. That staff is cool, and I like this hat. See, now we're looking a little cooler, guys. Yeah, I love staffs and canes in RPGs. Oh my gosh.
I mean, there are a lot cooler looking ones than this, but this really, really excites me. Anyway, my lovelies, this concludes episode 2 of Final Fantasy 14. I hope you did enjoy the episode. I know that it was a lot more explanation and a lot of running around, but we got a lot more action this time and we grew 5 levels. So we'll be able to do a lot more going forward with main scenario quests as we continue the story. But anyway, you guys, like I said, this will conclude this episode of Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, as it does help me greatly. And leave a comment of things that you would like to see me do going forward with this series. I will catch you all next week for another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. Thank you again for watching, and I will catch you guys next time for more Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. And I'll see you guys then. Bye!